Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 25 of Biting Cats Let's Elden Ring, a comfortable playthrough for intelligence-based character builds. Wow, so much has happened over the past several episodes. Um, I know we want to make our way um, to the Haligtree, the final area. I do want to kind of drop back and do one thing first. There's a subquest I forgot about, as well as another whetstone I want. So let's just real quickly kind of mop up a couple of things. It shouldn't take us long. First involves talking to Alexander here, our jar friend.
Ah, hello there. Oh, it was a battle marvelously fought. You are well and truly a champion, friend. I, on the other hand, am nothing but a crock. One hit was all it took to crack me, and for my inside to come spilling out. After that, I hid like a coward, and as such, I can hardly stand to face one such as you. But don't you think I've given up just yet? As luck would have it, there's a veritable mountain of warriors' bodies right here. If I can just squeeze this bunch down inside me, I'll be a mighty warrior again in no time. And you know, the bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the shattering, the greatest of all wars? Just you wait and see, friend. I'll grow even stronger. Just you wait when next we meet. Bodies, who could expect
Just making sure. How macabre. Okay, that checks that little mark. Next up, we need to go near Jarburg, actually. This may be stupid. I'd like to take him out. I think one of the last things we'll probably try to do is buy all the incantations we can. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, whoops.
Hello? Anyone? Hello. How nice it is to see a friendly face. As you can surmise, I've got myself stuck in another hole. Would you mind helping me out again? My thanks in advance. I know you're the woman for the job. You know what to do, hmm? Give me a good smack from behind with something nice and big. No, don't worry about my wound sustained at the festival. I'm stuck back together good and proper. Just give it your all.
Alright, so y'all remember this from last time. We're just gonna hit him.
Please, wait. I have a terrible feeling about this. Would you stop hitting me for a minute? I can feel my lower half is stuck on something. I don't think you can get me out just by hitting me this time. Let's think. Perhaps there's a way to slide me out a little more smoothly. What if I could somehow be leg slippery or some such?
And there is, but unfortunately, We never bought the recipe, the crafting cookbook for that, so we need to go get it. I know, we're trying to make this fast. But hopefully these lightning balls aren't going to get us. One of these land octopus. Oh, this guy's right by the stairs. It's unfortunate. Probably don't need to charge up my sword, but just in case. Good. You remember this guy, don't you?
Oh, a customer.
We just need the oil pot. But I'm gonna buy that too. Just because. And I'm gonna buy these stone sword keys. I mean, why not?
Goodbye,
Alright, so that's done. Let's go back to Alexander. Am I going the wrong way? I must be going the wrong way. I really got turned around there. It's kind of weird this guy respawns. Early on, he's almost like a field boss. I had so much trouble with him, with my faith guy, because, you know, I wanted those lightning incantations. Alright, so let's make our oil pot. We should just need one. I think we just get right on them. Yep.
By God, you are a woman of vision. This will have me as slippery as a toad. I have a good feeling about this, my friend. Right. Give me a good smack from behind with something nice and big. Oh, yes.
There we go.
My thanks to you and your razor-sharp wits. Oh. As a token of my thanks, I'd like you to have this.
Salted flesh.
Dear me, I'm oilier than a toad.
This guy's a trip, man.
Yeah, there were countless oil jars back where I'm from, actually. And now I know what it's like to be one of them. Yes, indeed. I too have a home, though it is one to which I have vowed not to return. So, I thought I might look out from atop the cliff. But as I drew closer and closer, pow, wouldn't you know it, I was perfectly stuck in that blasted hole. I can feel the warriors inside admonishing me for my mawkishness. To walk the path of champions, one cannot cleave to the past. I'm headed to the fiery mount in the north. I can strengthen myself there without fear of cracking this vessel. I will forge myself anew in its flames. I'm headed to
Okay. So, yeah, it's quite a globe-trotting extravaganza. Next up, we're going to where we fought the worm. And yes, I'm pretty sure you do have to fight him, or else he won't be there. So, we've already completed the prerequisite for this meeting. As always, look out for the fire mobiles.
Good lady, what business might you have in such a place as this? I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with flame, considering that fleshly form of yours. Your timing, though, is impeccable as ever. I've been making just a thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it will suit you to a T.
It's the jar helmet. I'm sure you've seen it around. It's on, the little ghosts we see.
I won't be able to temper my body such that it'll never crack again. Perhaps I'll head eastward. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty clouds, the icy giant's peak doth soar. Here lieth the flame of ruin, which ever burning roars.
So we could have summoned him for a fire giant fight. The problem with that is you can't ride the horse, which is kind of a deal breaker for our strategy. And besides, our mimic does very well. But we do need to go. We're going to ignore that and go to where he shows up next, which is actually Farum Azula. But before we do that, I think it's time to max out the Claymore. That'll be our first regular weapon. Because even if we're not using it as sacred, we could use it as magic. It's just, we like the moves of it, so it's just kind of a good weapon to have. But we're going to need a bunch of stones for that. Oh wait, we can't. We can't afford those. Oh yeah, we can. We beat the Godstand duo. We have all the ball bearings we need. And I think, yeah. So we'll purchase and this is up to 18. Yeah, so we're going to need a full 12 of these. Might not be able to afford to go all the way. Yeah, we can. So I'm not going to buy. I'm going to buy 6 of these. So we'll get the Claymore up to like 23. Because we're going to have to fight some skeletons. Although I guess I could just pop some runes turns to be done with this. Um, oh, I'm already covered. Um, let's that's probably not enough. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna need 3,000 more. Okay, good. So that's squared away. Let's also go down here. This won't take long. Check my flask, my physic. Can't remember what my physic was last time. Yeah, we want to switch that back to the twig. Okay. The rest of the castle has been opened up now that there's a boss in there of some kind. I guess I should try to fight it. Honestly, I don't even know what it is. Let's find out. Be wary of something. Well, that's good advice. I hate these guys. Yeah, he doesn't have a chance. Oh, there's a Crucible Knight. There he is. I hate these too. I had my shield up. What the hell? Ruin's Greatsword. Now we know. I'm not sure I ever fought that. So, or if I did, I mean, maybe I did. I guess if that weapon is legendary, then I have fought that. If it's not, then I haven't. Oh wow. I didn't even see that guy. So there's just one thing we want here. I'm not going to drag you guys through this whole place. Yeah, that's not it. Must be up these stairs. Maybe. No, I don't think this is it. I'm sorry, everybody. I thought this was it. Yeah, this is it. It's an interesting setup. I think that might be the only one that has both a wheel and little spinning anchor thing. There we go. That's all I wanted. Let's go find Alexander again. He should be now at the Dragon Temple lift, which is the one area in this place that we have not explored. And this is where we want. It really is not. It's probably not even worth messing with this place. Honestly, I should probably just run for it. I mean, there's like a bunch of rune 6s and 7s, and yes, those would save us some money. Do not try to make the jump from there. It's a trick. It looks like it'd be better because it's high, but that's not actually how it works. So we're not going to use the claymore. I was wrong.
The city hanging in the air is slowly crumbling. What an incredible place we find ourselves. But that aside, I can't believe you felled that giant. It was practically a god. I doubt there's another soul out there who could have done the same. Of course, I count myself the great Alexander among many, which means I've but one thing to ask of you. Would you kindly undertake my ordeal? Come and tell me when you're ready. I've been longing to fight a warrior as accomplished as you.
So unfortunately, we have to fight Alexander. It's what he wants.
Then let us begin. I am Star Warrior.
Unfortunately, he's just not up to it.
As I suspected, victory was impossible. This vessel was found lacking. My thanks. I knew you were the stuff of champions. It was a marvelous battle. I implore you, take what I bequeath from inside me. All vessels are destined to one day break. But the great Alexander lived as a warrior till his last.
Shard of Alexander is a very good talisman. It increases the effect of weapon skills, including Moonlight Greatsword. according to the wiki. So a great um, talisman for us. Now there are skeletons up here, so I'm gonna re-equip. Um, you can horse around down here and get a dragon to materialize here. It's not a named dragon, it's just a dragon. And you get, I don't know, 20, maybe 30 runes for it. You do have to fight it on a fairly small platform, which is dangerous. Uh, it also means once you drive it there, you have to beat it before you can talk to Alexander, which to me is, um, I'm there for Alexander. I'm there for the shard talisman. There isn't much up here. Um, I'm gonna use our shard when we get up there, just because if we do die, there's no reason to lose anything over it. You just walk off there. Now there's two of these guys. I don't know. There's one of them around the corner here. Oh, there's the other one. It's strange that he didn't get up. They usually do. Another cookbook. And thus ends our little side journey up here. As I said, I made the choice not to not to clear out that other level. If you want to, it's not too hard. There's one place where there's a big crowd, but you can actually summon some spirit ash there. So it's a very manageable area. Just keep locking on things. There's a lot of skeletons hanging in trees. But with that, we're done until we come back to fight the final boss of that area. Instead, we're coming here. We're gonna wait till morning. This next bit is, I guess it's kind of clever. It can be annoying, depending on how things go for you. We can talk about it a little more. There's some invisible Black Knight assassins that we can handle. We've got what we need to handle that, but sometimes fights with them just kind of go wrong. They're very fast, they dodge very well. These are pretty resilient, like much more resilient than the average enemy you just see wandering around. The good news is this all happens in an Everjail, and that's good news for a couple reasons. But the best thing about it is if you lose your runes, they're outside the Everjail, when you respawn. The other good thing about this is I'm pretty sure that once you kill one of these thieves, they stay dead. Like, you don't have to keep fighting them again and again. Could be mistaken. In any case, the goal is going to be to light for these towers, like we did in the Town of Sorcery. and those stay lit. So once we light a tower, we don't need to light it again. So even if these end up being like little, kind of suicide missions, that's fine. Bottom line is we will complete this. We will get through it. One twist is that, whoops, we need to go back here. One twist is that these knife thieves are invisible, believe it or not. So we're going to need... Did I buy that? Hopefully I did. Let's find out. Yes, we'll need the sentry torch, which we don't have enough faith to use, but that's fine. We're not using it as a weapon. We just need it equipped. Just like that. Also means we can probably put a heavier helmet on. Yeah. Which is always a good thing. Though there is something else I want to do. Getting the black knife set, which is pretty cool looking. It also silences your footsteps, but we have a talisman for that, and our armor is better protection, so we'll stick to the talisman. But we might as well get all that ready. We don't need... We're not casting any spells, so we don't need Radagon. We're not... the other thing I want to do is put on some magic protection. There is going to be some really dangerous magic. Fortunately, it's just kind of a single situation, but it is a situation. Alright, I think we're good to go. We'll find out. You have to read it before you can go. Make sure you have the torch on your back. You could also fight this guy with Night Comet. And that might be what you want to do. He's pretty tough. We ran out of stamina there, which is, very dangerous. This one is easy to miss. That's the one we just lit, and we're heading west from there. And we're going to jump on this ledge, believe it or not. And there's the ladder. This is the most dangerous thing we're going to do. We're going to light this thing first, but I'll show you what I mean once I get it lit. I probably should have changed the physics. Kind of hard to see. I'm locked on it. There's an Albinaric archer, and then there's another one on the other side of the tower there. You can barely see the glow of their arrow. Um, you would be amazed at the damage those arrows do. Um, and it starts basically as soon as we start crossing this thing here. So why am I not jumping up there? See, that's intense, isn't it? Fortunately, that's it. Um, we don't have to worry about the other one. Like I was saying, if I had to do it again, or giving advice to you, I would have put the bubble tier on as well as the tier that automatically heals you when your health gets low, just to, take away some of the risk of that approach. Oh shit. How silly. Okay. Hopefully we're not going to run the other guy. The last one is just the west side of town, like the far west side of town. I'm pretty sure there are 2 other black knives around here, but if you kind of stick to my route, it's very unlikely that you'll run into them. I think one of them actually is in that space there, so if you run down the stairs from that one ladder we climbed, you'll probably encounter them, but jumping off the back and going around works. Seal is broken, which means we're gonna get out. Which means we can leave. And this brings us to the final area of the game. I don't know what's down there, but I don't think it's very important. I'm just going to go activate this. Now, this initial run is basically survival chances are pretty poor. So I'm not going to take any runes with me. Actually, it's fine. There are plenty of runes down here. You don't need these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some stones, I think. Let's see what we got here. So you get 7 of these. The goal is to get to 12 of each. So 3 of these, 5 of these. Got 15 of those, 14, 8 of these. 1 of those. We can't even buy 10 of those. So good, now we're tapped out. And whatever happens, we won't feel bad about it. That's the end of our need for the sentry torch. So that goes back on the pile. See if we have anything else to get rid of. Boy, that ruined sword has a 50 requirement. It looks like it just barely scales with intelligence, though. That's interesting. Before this is over, we'll want to take the brass shield to 25 as well. Even though it's only a few points of guard boost, it's some of this stuff comes down to seconds and inches, I promise you. So, alright, this is the last open area. And like I said, it's just kind of a dash. And so many things can go wrong. The big thing we want to make sure we're doing is dodging these bubbles. So we don't need the crack tier. There's the near death one, and then there's the opaline one. And I have a specific situation where I'm gonna do them. It's right after we get past the ants. If we get past the ants, okay? I mean, you can try to kill these guys if you want. I wouldn't. Alright, now's a good time. See that big guy down there? He's gonna do this big wave of bubbles. But that's it. Okay, we made it. And we'll never have to do that again. Now, I mean, you can watch people clear that whole place. I mean, I think Fighting Cowboy does it. This is a comfortable playthrough, right? It's not really about that. It's doable and it's cool to do it, but we won't be doing that in this playthrough. So I'm going to go back to the normal stuff. Let's check our talismans. We definitely don't need magic protection anymore. I think we probably want to go back to Radagon. And I think actually the jar, it's between the jar and the graven, but I think the jar is probably the better bet for us. Oh shit. I don't have my shield equipped. That's something, isn't it? It's easy to get hung up here. There's a lot of stuff that people just seem to be like existing only to ambush you. Oh yeah. I think we want the extra XP. everything's resilient, you know. You just kind of got to take your time, because everything here is just, it's deadlier and it's more rugged than we're used to. But the mantra's kind of the same. You know, the goal remains only do this once. Sometimes that involves a bit of cheesing. As in here. But that's okay, because this whole platform is about being cheap. Like, there's a lot of stuff here we can't even see from this location. So we will kill what we can. Like, there still is one of those lion dudes and like 2 of these beastmen. I'm serious. That place is just crowded. Now, you'd be tempted. There's a thing down there. There's 2 of these plants down there. And then there's a ladder you can climb up. Or we could just jump over there and take the easy way. The problem with the easy way is that, I mean, we'll get up there just so you can see. I'm just waiting for this stuff to happen. You see that guy up there, right? So you have to be able to take him out. Oh, that's not what I meant. Remember, you can cancel. You can cancel that. Okay, good. Now, if you do that, you don't necessarily need to kill these guys, but you probably should, as tedious as it is. And it is tedious. And if we don't survive this confrontation up here, we'll be sorry. But if we do, we'll be glad we did everything. Now, this is where it would have been nice if I had put a point in faith for that magma shot. And maybe the lesson is, next time I level up, I should. I could jump down there, but the problem with that is, well, I can get back up. So let's take this guy out. Just don't get too close. All right. Miranda powder. Let's go back up and make the jump again. Now, because there's another beastman in there, what I really want to do is I want to draw this guy out, right? I just want to unload on him. And if I were a melee character, I still would have shot him with a bow to get him to come out. I wouldn't have run in there to fight everybody. You know, the other thing you could do is just sprint through here. I don't know what's down there with the ants. It's something. But I'm not messing with it. I mean, even though we have the twig and everything, I'm not feeling it. Instead, I just want to keep on going. This is a weird area. You're probably familiar with, you probably remember we fought a boss in a catacombs that was like a snail that summoned spirit enemies. Well, there's 3 of them here. That's the first one. But there's another one here. And there's still one more. Well, this one was hard for me to find. And we can go in there. I can't actually remember what's in there. Oh, this is so we can walk out there with the ants. So, not gonna do that. Just kind of decided not to. You could try to make this jump. There's a small ledge there, so you're not really risking anything if you miss it. And then you can go back in there if you want. We don't need a lot of magic at this point, so you might find it worthwhile to just take these guys out. I think I will. We've got plenty of... And again, this goes back to my philosophy that, you know, hopefully we're only going to do this one time. So, you know... Yeah. Now we have to decide if we want to clear this area out. Unfortunately, I can't remember what's in there, so I can't say, oh, that's worth it, or oh, that's not worth it. Because I don't actually know. I think I'm going to skip it. I don't think it's magic, which is what we use. Might be some runes. But you know, I'm not doing this is not 100% playthrough. This is just meant to be a comfortable playthrough through the game. I mean, I've shown you some optional challenging content, but really it's never my goal to do everything. I think there's a big guy in there, but maybe nothing else. One of the benefits to killing everybody on the roof is they don't start following you in here, which they do. Now what's next is things can go really wrong really fast. There's one of those big battle mages. Remember those? Now we want to go down there and then go to that platform there. You can see there's another one there. Let's pop our thing. That's one. Took a whole flask. Okay. Those enemies to me are some of the most dangerous in the whole game. Like, they are so dangerous. They have that they do that big cannon spell we like so much. They also have the hammer, the gavel. They are so strong that they don't really get interrupted, you know. So once they get going, you know, you're in trouble. Fortunately, those aren't really long-range attacks. They do have some long-range magic, but it's a lot less effective. Like, it's not a comet. Our comet is more powerful. So that's what's next. But before we do that, we're going to open ourselves a shortcut. Things are going pretty well. Remember this? We're back at the beginning of the area. We have the twig on this, yeah. So there's no reason to pop runes, I don't think. This isn't, one way or the other, this isn't a long fight. We'll either win it or we won't. As you see, this guy starts walking up there, which is cool. So we don't, it's nice of them to do that. You don't have to worry about, oh man, come on. Yeah, he's still up there. So we're just gonna, oh no, he's coming back. Boy, that was silly. Why did I do that? Let's see if he goes back again. Yeah, he just goes back and forth. And I think I'm going to try to fight this boss with the sword. See how that goes. We've got frostbite on her now, so it's kind of over regardless. Loretta's Mastery, Loretta's War Sickle, which is a cool looking weapon. Unfortunately, it needs a 20 strength and a 15 dex, which we don't have unless we're using a rune. And I don't really want to depend on runes for weapons. So maybe in the future. But for now, we've got a couple level ups we can do. There. Trying to get mind to 30 and endurance to 25 now. That's our next goal. We may end up popping some runes to go the rest of the way. I'm not sure. But here we go. We're going down into this city, which kind of mirrors the capital, but it's Nicholas. And Millennia's, of course. That's the path forward. There's probably another smithing stone or something up here. I can't remember. Yep. There's a lot of treasure and runes here, but I've really only got a couple of things I want. There's a talisman that we'll be using that reduces physical damage. There's a ball bearing for us to buy the Ghost Gloveworts 7, 8, 9. Clean Rot Knight. We don't really need the physic, but there's no reason not to use it, because you can see the if you're wanting to get their armor, which, you know, is pretty cool looking, a lot of people admire it, you might want to put on the silver scarab, because that improves item discovery. Much better chance of getting item drops.
Again we meet. I can only surmise our purposes are aligned. In which case, allow me to explain myself. I am of Melania's blood, but in what capacity I know not. I could be sister, daughter, or an offshoot. Whatever the case, though, I am certain of a kinship between us. There is something I must return to Melania. The will that was once her own. The dignity. The sense of self that allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot, the pride she abandoned, to meet Radon's measure. There is something I must return to the will of the dignity.
So yeah, the talisman and the ball bearing finish her quest, hopefully, and defeat Melania, the infamous super boss of this area, which I'm pretty sure we'll be able to beat. I hope I don't make you watch me die a whole bunch of times to her. That'll probably be next episode. It's going to take a while to get through this area. I'm about to do something. Well, I still have the right. It's funny how I'm always checking this just to make sure. The first thing I want to do is fight a very dangerous tree guardian, and it may not work out, but I mean, hey, that's why we have the twig, right? So I'm not going to do anything else other than make a beeline for that. Now the problem with fighting this guy from a distance is that he does the star stuff. Wow. I'm not doing very well. Wow. So that was pretty exciting. um, for that, you get the rotten staff. You get 2 rotten staves, um, which, you know, we don't really care about. Um, you do get a somber ancient stone, and if you don't like, if you don't want to fight him, you don't have to. You can pop your flask or your physic and then just run past him and get it. And then if you die, who cares? You didn't lose anything. Can I level up yet? Not yet. I need 3,000 more. I think we can arrange that. Let's see. Another on mind. All right. So that's complete. Those guys will blow up. I think I already said that, but it's pretty serious. He's a sneaky guy. We're just kind of, you know, making our way. But you have to be mindful. There's a lot of guys just waiting to ambush. Like, I don't know what he's doing over there. This guy's over here. Taking a surprising number of hits. And there's a lot of stuff you can do here and a lot of junk you can pick up. I don't really care about most of it. And it's late game, you know. got some legendary ashes. If you're chasing that trophy, be sure and pick that up. So where to go from here? The reason I'm taking him out is that it's just I don't think it's as simple as jumping down there. I think there's some clean rot knights waiting on the other side. Got rotted, so I'm not sure what happened there, but I definitely did not expect that knight to be directly underneath like that. There's another one in there, by the way. Alright, so here's some fun things. There's a ballista down there that you can't get past. So if we walk down there, we're going to get, you'll never make it. And then there's a big tree guardian. So the real question is, how do we get over there, right? And one way is to go down there. There's I didn't mean to waste mine. There's two clean rot knights in that room. This is a fine time, I think, to use our flask. A lot going on in here, isn't there? Now, since our flask won't last forever, I'll go ahead and tell you that everything in here is junk. You know, don't spend any time. There's going to be a guy that's right on. Alright, so if we get somebody hostile, but not that guy. There we go. Get him hostile. Then we can summon our friend. And he'll go get him. Seriously. Alright, so hopefully that happened before my runes ran out. Because if not, that's like 100,000 runes. Yeah, okay. So, what I was trying to do was get through that doorway. And for whatever reason, my summon didn't want to go down there. He wanted to shoot stuff at the floor. They're usually smarter than that. But you know, it's cool. But actually, now that I've done this, I can just go down here, right? I don't actually have to do a bunch of acrobatics. Yep. Oh wait, I'm wrong. This is not what I wanted. Never mind. Oh, and we can level up. At least we're close. Okay. need to pop another rune. It's like I'm not doing enough damage. Yeah, there's... Alright. Where are the rest of them? Well, there's one. Now, I haven't popped my rune yet. Or my physic, because that made me feel like I was in a hurry to jump down there. And I don't think that is a productive feeling. So, now there's a very challenging jump that can be made. I don't know if I want to try it or not. But there. There we go. Haligtree Night Helm. Which, I mean, you know, that's not incredible. Now, the thing about that is, I mean, if we want to, we can try to kill that guy. The reality is, it's very hard to do. Like, super hard. I mean, I'll show you because we have literally nothing to lose, but let's see. It gets pretty wild in there, doesn't it? So I'm gonna let that go. This is kind of an interesting thing. The three crystals, and they're garnet chests. You can fight them one at a time. It's a little tricky because here he comes. They apply rot. So that's one down. If you can get behind them and backstab them and then do some charged hits, it's probably going to be all right. It'd be nice if I still had the rock memorized. This would be a good rock spell scenario. Oh, I need to take a... You pop a rune. Whoops. Okay. Now for the last one. And the staff is the most dangerous. Now for all that, what do we get? We got the rotten crystal sword. It's unusual. It applies rot. It scales somewhat with intelligence. It's an interesting weapon. I think for it to really be super useful, you would want probably to dual wield it to apply the rot more quickly. That's my take on it anyway. So from here on out, everything's kind of super messy. So I know I want to keep Rykard and Radon, but I don't think I want anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these. I'll do the Dragon Lord. And from here on out, we really just kind of want to walk around with nothing. So we need like 4 more thousand. Good. Okay. Gonna be done with mine for a while. That's gonna be the end state. No need to go back there again. Hero's Rune, cool. Going back outside. Now this is kind of a horrible area where once again, keep beating this drum. The whole idea is, get where we're going and then never again. I really made a mess of that, didn't I? But these are everywhere as well as like little baby, they're called pests. Little baby pests that can still do those like killer strings and what have you. Because they're good at dodging, Night Comet is my spell of choice for those guys. There are a shocking number of these babies down here. You can decide what you want to do with them. We don't really have anything in the way of runes, so if you decide to skip it, that's fine. I will probably try to take out some with the bow. I won't be able to take them all out because they just seem to come out of the woodwork. These are all those little ones, so I'm assuming charge shots aren't necessary. We don't need to be stingy with magic here. Now, I'm not getting any to lock on, but you better believe there's more. To add to the excitement, this is all really deep rot, which means we're going to have to do the quick step trick. So let's get that out. What's this here? I don't know. Probably nothing good. Yeah. How exciting. There's a branch over there that we're going to use to get on another branch. The thing to do really is like just keep moving. And we'll just see what happens. All right. I am gonna pop our. We have 30,000 runes. That's enough to want to keep. Yeah, this is nice, isn't it? But we won't have to run that particular gauntlet again. Um, don't jump down, or I mean, I guess you can. Um, and now here's this. This is probably a pretty good place to stop. There's one thing I want to do, which may not even work out, because I can never remember which, there's two holes in this roof, and I always pick the wrong one. Oh boy, this area stresses me out so much, guys. I mean, it just does. But we're actually very close to Millennia. And the last Ghost Glovewort ball bearing is nearby as well. So let's take our medicine and just try walking in. Yep. So it's good luck that that guy fell off. Sort of. Where did he go? Good. This is the talisman we're here for. Huh. I thought there was one waiting for us. I guess not. There's the one that got knocked off. See, night comet all day. They just dodge too much to do anything else. Okay. Now there's two ways to go when you come out of here. There's a human side and a pest side. And the human side we will not be dealing with. We're only going to be dealing with the pests. because they're the ones guarding the ball bearing that we want. So we're going down here just to get that. Oh shit. Yeah, we blew it. I let one get behind me somehow. It's incredible you got that off so fast. And that's it right there. So my hope is that if I take out the big ones, that'll be enough. Oops. Okay, we're doing good. There's this guy. I think we're barely gonna have enough tears. There's another one at a challenging angle. Oh, yeah, of course. That was scary, wasn't it, guys? So my advice, if you're doing that, I didn't even pop my physic. That's crazy. What was I thinking? At any rate, there it is. So don't be like me. Remember your physic and move more slowly. And for that, we level up again. I mean, there's so much experience here. You don't even have to try to level up. You just do anything and you level up. So endurance 25. So I think mind and endurance are probably at a stopping point. And probably pushing vigor to 55 is the next goal. This is also a good time for us to stop. Um, Next time, we're going to do two things. We're hopefully going to complete Millicent's quest. That fight's actually hard. It might take a few tries if I can even do it. And then Millennia. So it's either going to be a long episode or a short episode, depending on how things go with those fights. Okay, if we can fit Malekith in, we'll do him too. But this is basically all challenge fights at this point. One invasion and two boss fights probably. We'll save the final boss for its own episode. But that's it for now. Again, our character is pretty much shaping up to their final shape. I don't know. Eventually someday it'd probably be nice to have intelligence at 80, but we're probably going to want to keep using Godric's rune, because in the future we're going to be pushing faith, strength, and dex up, right? So we're going to continue to need those stat boosts beyond just intelligence and vigor. So I don't know if we'll be ready to retire Godric's rune anytime soon. But that's a question for another day, right? Thanks everybody for tuning in. There's only probably a couple of these left. If you've been following along or watching on YouTube, I appreciate your interest, and I hope whatever I do next, you'll check it out, okay? But until then, we'll see you Monday night. Bye, everybody.